emergency mode on. Oh, let's not get an accident. I can't see. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? I am all loaded up with tires. 24 to be exact. If you were wondering, you can fit 24 tires in the back of a Tahoe. Not comfortably, but they're back there. I can't really see anything. But on my way to get them all mounted up. One last ride this weekend. Drift event in Brainerd at BIR. I don't even know. Driftober Bash or something? I don't know. I'm excited. Weekend full of drifting. I've got 12 new tires ready to rock. So excited. I uploaded a video of some drifting highlights at Brainerd about a month ago. Was it even that long ago? A couple weeks ago. Oh God, I'm pulling out in front of someone. Sorry. Yeah, it was awesome. Good time. Proving Grounds 2, Carmageddon 2, whatever. Car did great. Really had no issues. Blew a couple charge pipes. But that's typical on a turbo car. Went through a lot of tires. I went through 14 tires. Yeah, 14. Now 8 of those were duds. They were junk tires. I just basically they were pretty worn down, but they held air, and I was like, all right, well, I'll take them with. I ran out of tires on Sunday, which I didn't think was possible in the Miata. I was also hot lapping it and didn't let my tires cool down at all on Saturday and Sunday, which is when I went through almost all of them. I was driving the road course on Friday, and I didn't even go through one set. I think a big part of that is half of the road course you don't drift. It's just meant to be like a cool down the car, just cruise easy. So it probably gave my tires enough time to come back to a somewhat normal temp. But Saturday I was just non-stop hot lapping it. And there's fucking road work on this road. Great. Anyways, I've got 4 ATR Sports 2s Achilles, and then I've got 8 Waterfall Eco Dynamics. No particular reason. Well, there is a reason I bought the Waterfalls. They were $37 a tire on Walmart.com. So, good deal. That's why I love the Miata, because, if I was driving a Okay. Nearly just killed a family. That was just a curb. I had to whip a U-E a little tighter than I thought it was. Anyways, not the best tire. They're actually probably the worst tire. There's a reason that they are the cheapest Walmart tire that you can buy, but honestly, I've had good luck with them. So I'm just going to keep rocking them, save some money. It's a low power, lightweight car, so I'm not really going through tires that much. At least I shouldn't be. And then I've got a set of 195, 55, 15s. Little thick sidewall. I don't know how that's gonna go, but they were like dumb cheap. I think they were like $41 a pop. Can't pass that up. I'm willing to raise my car an inch just to save, I don't know, $40. I also invested in a little weed killer, little pump. Fill that with some ice water and keep the tires cool between runs. It's kind of annoying because when you got the harnesses, like once you're in your car, you don't really want to get out. It's kind of a pain, but that's just what it is, part of the game. Yeah. But nothing broke on the car. I had an issue on Saturday night where the battery wasn't charging. I tightened up the alternator belt and it seemed to fix it. Not sure how that got loose because it's a newer belt. And the alternator is the tensioner, which everything was tight. So as far as the alternator, like all the bolts for the alternator, the belt was a little loose. So I'm not sure if that's just from all the high RPM and the belt getting a little worn out or what. But I'm going to bring a spare belt. I got a spare alternator and a spare battery I'm also going to bring with, just in case something goes wrong in that department. But other than that, the car is ready. I haven't driven it since the event. I kind of have bad luck just street driving it, so I'll just park it, drive the Tahoe every day or the Subaru whenever I fix that up, and or the other Miata, which I've got a lot of film about that car, but it's not done yet, so I'm gonna wait until it's all done. I'll make a big video, but I'm probably not going to be driving that too much because it's already October, and in Minnesota, once October, November starts rolling around, then the snow comes. It's already cold. I mean, I'm wearing a sweatshirt and sweatpants, which kind of sucks, but it's just the way it is, you know. The only other prep I got to do to the Miata before the weekend is I'm gonna do an oil change, and I just replaced the diff before the event. It's probably a good idea to change the diff fluid. It's kind of expensive. I use like I don't even remember what the hell it's called, red line or whatever. It's got like anti-shock, all the good minerals in it. But it's expensive, so I don't know. I'm probably going to change it just to be safe. I'm going to get these tires mounted and probably catch up with you guys tomorrow. I don't know. I got a lot of work I got to do tonight outside of the car stuff. Just stuff that I've kind of been putting off that I got to get done. So I'll probably do that and then maybe work on the car. I mean, I could always just change the oil at the track. See, this is how it goes. My fucking, I put shit off. What do they call that? Procrastination. Yeah, that's my middle name. I don't know. I'll change it tonight. Maybe. I got the oil in the back. Can't see it. It's buried. Takes like 10 minutes. I'll just do it. Alright. Bye. So fast forward a few days, we're at the track, tires got mounted, changed the oil, packed the car, everything went well. This is on the road course at Brainerd International Raceway on Friday. Was a little slick out there, but we were still sending it. The rain would cause us some problems later in the day, and you'll see all about that, but here's me tearing it up. Had a blast, car felt awesome this day. So in the rain, got a little slick and I spun out on top of me not being a very good driver. The guy behind me gave me a good bop on the wheel, bent the upper control arm pretty good. Whoops. You can see we had to cut it out because the bolt got bent that mounted it to the chassis. Got it all straightened out, and here we are ripping at night drifting. So thanks to Nate for all the help. He pulled through in the clutch, and yeah, was back on track the next day. So we made it back out on the track after our little mishap. Luckily, nothing too bad happened to my car. Unfortunately, the guy who hit me, his car was pretty messed up, but he was also able to get back out there. But yeah, thanks again to Nate and Jonah for helping me get it back together. Something really cool about drifting, and I guess motorsports in general, is that everyone's willing to lend a helping hand. I know that I had at least 10 people come up to me and they're like, hey, if you need anything, if you need my tools, come find me and I'll help you out, which I think is awesome. The weekend went great at Brainerd. Car was good. Got in a little fender bender with another car. But I spun out and he hit me, so I guess it's my fault. And then on the way home, the alternator in the truck died. Then it started working again. And it's not working again. Here we are, we're off the side of the road now. I don't know how to take this out. It looks like there's just a bolt there and then one on the other side and a couple of connections. I don't know how this belt tensioner works. I'm assuming I'm gonna have to take this big intake off. But this is fucking stupid. Yeah, not fun, but I will get it done. Got it out. I'm gonna put this one in. Bestest. We'll see about that. Hopefully it's the same. I don't know why it wouldn't be. All right. We're all loaded up here. Again, I gotta strap the car down still. Had to jack up on the trailer a bit because, yeah, this ain't rated for that big of a trailer. Squat's pretty good. Tail light broke the other night too, so yeah, good. Alternator's in. It's running right now. Let's check the voltage here. Yep, we're all good there. Miata's loaded up. I just gotta strap it down again. Man, I just want to go home. It's been a long couple of days. Here's the damage from the little fender bender I got in. It's not too bad. You can see the alignment is still kind of wonky. I think the caster's off a little bit. But there's the new control arm with the threaded rod that I got at Fleet Farm because the bolt was bent. So, custom as fuck. But yeah, I just gotta strap this puppy up and get the fuck out of here. So, all right. We're all strapped up. Battery is still charging. Don't mind that. Everything seems good. Car's loaded. I'm fucking tired, guys and gals. I'm ready to fucking take a nap. See, you might be like, Sam, why would you drive your truck to work if you knew that the alternator was going out? The answer is simple, really. I'm not driving my Miata drift car to work because I have no tires on it. My Subaru has 3 wheels on it because my brother got a flat tire and I put one of my wheels on his car. The yellow car is not running and driving. And everyone else needed to use the other cars. So I took this. I'm glad it's fucking fixed. I hope to God it's fixed. I mean, it's working right now. I don't know why it wouldn't be fixed. But man, and I fucking overslept for work today because I was so tired from last night. But yeah, it's been a couple of fucking days. I'm about ready to be done with this car ship for a couple weeks at least. I need a break, man. But yeah, all in all, it's been a good weekend. Right now it's Monday afternoon. I work from 6 to 2:30 Monday through Friday. So I don't know how good I've been at explaining what's been happening with the car, or the truck, I guess. To sum it up, Friday during drifting, it was really wet. It was raining all day while we were drifting. Spun out, someone hit me. It was pretty much my fault. No matter, how upset I was because it happened, at the end of the day, I shouldn't have spun out. I really wasn't that upset. I mean, it's just part of the game. So I bent a control arm and DB'd a tire. So honestly, I was pretty lucky because the other guy's car was pretty messed up. Felt pretty bad. But he was able to get it fixed as well. He needed a new radiator, his core support broke, so we replaced that, a couple of other things. I got lucky though, just a bent control arm. So I got one from a parts store, and then I took the control arm out that night, Friday night, and my plan was to put the new one in Saturday morning, because on Friday night we had to cut the bolt, the control arm bolt, out because it was bent and it wouldn't come out straight, and it definitely wouldn't go back in. So I had to get a new bolt. It's not something you can just go to Ace Hardware and be like, hey, I need a 14-inch bolt with a shank and this thread pitch. It just wasn't gonna happen. Went to Fleet Farm right in the morning, which is a hardware store. I don't know. Yeah, you know what the fuck Fleet Farm is. Got some threaded rod that was close enough in size where it would work. 2 nuts, 2 washers, and kind of made my own bolt out of it. Unfortunately, the diameter of the threaded rod was a little smaller than the sleeve that the bolt had to slide through in the subframe and in the control arm, which resulted in a pretty nasty clunk because the control arm was moving back and forth. I don't know, whatever. It wasn't perfect, but if I wanted to drive, it's what I had to do. And the alignment was off, obviously. But I don't know. I'm still really happy with how it went. And then, killed a bunch of tires, had fun. The rest of the days were really nice. I mean, not really nice, but no rain. It was a little cooler. Track was in good shape. I was having a blast. And then, so I loaded up last night at 6 o'clock. Left Brainerd, the raceway, and then made it about an hour away, and then the alternator died. From that point, I made it about another 45 minutes to Woodbury from Monticello, if you're familiar with the area, just down 94. And then it finally died, and I was gonna call it quits. And then I'm like, wait, the Miata has a battery, and I converted this truck to top post because I hate side post batteries. And I had done that previously. The Miata battery, I threw it in. I made it about another 20 miles, died again. But what I did is I took the truck battery, threw it in the Miata, had it running on the trailer with the alternator charging the battery while I was driving the truck. So about every 5 miles or so, I would have to stop, pull over on the side of the road, swap the batteries, go, and do it again. I did that about 12 times. So, you know, a 2.5 hour drive took like 4.5 hours, of course. Great. It was really fun. Then the last stop I made before I got home to swap batteries, the alternator decided to kick on. It started to work again. So I was like, oh, well, it'll be good enough to get home, and I can replace it tomorrow. And then this morning I realized, well, shit. This is really my only running and driving car. And this morning the alternator was charging just fine. And I was like, all right, maybe I can just get through the day. I didn't even unload it. I still have my car on the back of the trailer. I drove to work like this. Made it to work just fine. Leaving work, I start up the truck and I see it's reading like 12 volts. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding. It's like, maybe I can make it home. Maybe the alternator charged it enough. It's only about a 20-minute drive. No, I made it literally like maybe a mile down the road. And it died. So I was like, all right, I'll just unload the trailer and drive the Miata home, even though it's on bald-ass tires. So I unloaded the car, and then I'm like, wait, why don't I just go get an alternator right now? I have all my tools. I can just do it. So unloaded the car. Shout out to Chris for helping. Buddy from work popped out for a couple minutes to lend a hand with that. He went back to work, and I was driving, and I'm like, this shit sucks. I can't go faster than 30 miles an hour because the rear tires are showing cords and flinging shit up into the wheel well, and it was just not good. Also, the registration is expired on it. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go get an alternator. So I went and got an alternator, threw it in, loaded the car back up, and here we are driving home, and hopefully no issues. So far so good. It's not a very far drive, but there's a lot of stoplights, so I don't want to like have to be stuck at a stoplight with a dead truck during, you know, there's a lot of traffic on the road right now. I mean, not a shit ton, but enough where it would be really annoying. So yeah, that was a little recap because I feel like I was just kind of recording stuff as I went. It probably didn't make a lot of sense. So yeah, that's what's been happening. But it seems to be working fine now. I'm sure I killed the battery in this thing. It's just a lawn and sport, like Walmart never start battery. I need to get a new one before winter anyways, because it's not gonna have enough cold cranking amps to start this thing. Although I don't really plan on driving this that much in the winter because it's a 2-wheel drive. And I've got a Subaru, but the Subaru, well, I have 2 Subarus, but the one I want to drive, the other one I pretty much gave to my brother. The other one I want to drive is kind of in a state of this, it needs love. It's got a pretty bad miss. I replaced the fuel injectors, coil packs, spark plugs, checked the timing, and it's still not running right. It runs like shit. And when I was cranking it, the other day I disconnected the fuel pump relay and it was like galloping like to when the engine was cranking. I'm sure that was really accurate what I just did there. So it probably burnt an exhaust valve or ringland failure. Either way, the engine's got to come out, and it's already like the middle of October. If you know anything about Minnesota, is it gets cold right about now. Usually is when it starts to get pretty fucking cold out. But it's supposed to be good for this week, so maybe I can take a peek at it. But honestly, I'm just over this car shit for a little bit. I need a break. So I don't know, maybe I'll bring it to someone and have them do it, but at the same time I don't want to spend that kind of money, so I don't know. I guess thanks for watching this. If anyone has watched this far, it's been a bit of a clusterfuck of a weekend. But all in all, I'm really happy. This summer has been awesome as far as drifting. I know I have had some issues like the diff twice, but that's common on Miatas, and it's just really, if you want to play, you got to pay. That's just the way it is. This, I don't think there's really a more expensive sport than any sort of motorsport. I mean, I'm not even a grassroots drifter. I'm just a guy with a Miata that likes to go sideways. And I've spent an absurd amount of money this summer. So, if you want to get into this drifting stuff, just beware. And if you're already into drifting, you know exactly what I mean. I don't know. But I'm going to be able to park the car this week, winterize it, get it ready for winter. Going to pull the knuckles off and the control arms, and so I'm going to get an angle kit and the tie rods. And then, I don't know, take a fucking break. Like I said, I need it. I deserve it. This summer's been crazy busy for me. I've been swamped. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you got something to say, let me know down in the comments. And I don't know, share this with a friend if you think it's funny. I think it's kind of funny, but it's just a series of misfortunate events that have occurred the past couple of days. But hey, at the end of the day, I got a running truck. My drift car is still running and driving. So it could be a hell of a lot worse. But yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Have a good day, have a good evening, have a good night, whatever time of the day it is, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully with a non-broken car and just doing fun stuff, but you know how that goes. Okay, bye-bye.